TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment. Good eats on that grill, we get dangerous. TSP, we like to welcome you. Your day, week, month, we hope that we can help you through.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 221. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, that's my co-host, Dylan Savage. D-Lo, we are in the midst of Snowmageddon 2026, but we're here. Almost didn't make it. Your Wi-Fi had a little snafu, but you fixed it, and we're on, baby.
Hey, when there's a problem, you know your boy's going to fix it. When there's a hurdle in front of him, he's going to jump over it. And that's what we do here, all right? Obstacles in life, and we conquer it, all right? We don't always conquer it, but, we learn from the mistakes, and we move forward, and we conquer it the next time. Luckily, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a software update, so nothing, no weather-related. And, yeah, man, Snowmageddon 2026, probably the biggest snowfall since maybe, 2021, I think?
Yeah, they're talking
something like that.
4 or 5 years or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's when it was last, especially in this area for sure. We're Ohio boys, so we usually miss out on all like the lake effect snow, and we're like west side of Ohio, so we usually don't get that much. But 12 to 18 inches is I probably haven't seen that much snow in the last 4 or 5 years combined. So yeah, I guess it was bound to happen eventually. I hate the snow because we talked about this before. With just being in our work or our field of work, having to drive in it, that's what sucks the most. Like I can deal with like the sub-zero temperatures and stuff like that, whatever. Like as long as it's dry out, no precipitation of snow, ice or anything. I'll take the cold over the snow. But luckily for us, I mean we're getting mostly snow down south where it's that mixture sleet and ice. That's when things get a little sketchy, and unfortunately, they're talking about almost 200,000 people without power already, and with that, no heat. It's a brutal situation, and prayers out to those families out there because I'm sure they have little ones just like me and you, Bobby, and it's a scary situation when you have no power and then the floor drops on the temperature. So it's just like a bad situation. It's not like you drive somewhere where there is power. You probably just got to hunker down and hope for the best.
Yeah, for sure. Last year I wasn't happy about having to drop 10 grand to fix or replace the AC and furnace, but this year I'm damn happy that I got a year-old furnace in the garage pumping hot air into the house. So that's nice knowing that we're good on that front. And I've had the cabinet doors open. I've had the sink stripping. Because I remember this is probably, it's a while now because we learned a lesson. But when I lived in Wahlberg with my parents, one year we did not do that. And then the pipes froze. So ever since then, you got everything dripping. Keep the cabinets underneath the sinks open. And we're usually in the clear there. So I've never not done that when it's, below freezing, or I guess maybe not below freezing, but like when we're in like the low teens or lower than that, then yeah, that's what we're doing. So that's what I've been doing here. Because I think today, it was middle of the day. I was looking, it was like -6. So
yeah, it's nuts.
It's cold, man.
I think it's like -13 is the wind chill down here, and yeah, it's not fun. But another nice trick you can do, Bobby, to keep them pipes nice and warm is like if you're like cooking something, you get that hot grease, just pour it right down the drain. Keep them pipes nice and warm. That's usually does the trick.
Oh, there it is. That's a D-Lo tip right there.
Do not do that.
On your drain.
Do not. You will regret it in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see. I'm sure my kids aren't going to have school Monday. I'm interested to see. I feel like I almost jinxed myself because we put out that clip earlier this week about how much I hate adult snow days. You may not have one because you're a third shift guy. So by Monday night, the roads might be decently cleared. But
I'm hoping.
As far as I can see, this snow stuff's going to be going till like Monday morning. Maybe they'll do like a 2-hour delay type situation for us, which I would prefer.
They already, at least for Troy, they, I think they're already set to do like what do they call it? Remote learning. Like their laptops and shit. And I think they're just going to hunker down at home and do remote learning. But good luck doing online schooling with, like kindergartners and first graders and second graders and stuff like that. It's like, I'm sure it's hard to have their attention span when they're there, let alone trying to have their attention from a computer screen. But
I was surprised because a lot of schools around this area closed Friday because it was so damn cold. Little weak Rossford did, but you know who had school? Genoa, comments, baby.
Yeah, we had school. We had school down here. Trojans, of course. We're Trojans.
Rossford, though, they closed up.
That's crazy.
I know it was like Eastwood back in the old stomping grounds. It was Eastwood and Genoa were open. Woodmore, but like Lake, Rossford.
So back in my day, Bobby. back in our day, we used to walk to school in the snow. Up hills in both directions.
I feel like, and maybe it's just like revisionist history. I don't know. I don't remember having as many days off as my kids do with like weather.
And if we did, we always had to make it up.
Not that bad out, but whatever. I don't know. They get less homework too, which is that's the other thing that boggles my mind. But that's a whole other combo. But yeah, Tori works weekends. Like I told her, stay home tomorrow because when she goes to work at like 5:36 in the morning, and that's right in the thick of things tomorrow. So just stay home. Yeah, like you said, we'll hunker down. I'll probably make us a nice fat breakfast and just hide out.
Yeah.
We're kind of screwed as far as the driveway goes because about a month ago, I don't know if I said on the show or not, but I had a battery operated snowblower, which learned my lesson there. Only had it for a couple years. I think I only used it once or twice because we don't get that much snow anymore.
Sure,
we really don't. One of the batteries died, and since this is a snowblower from a few years ago, Lowe's no longer sold that model, so it was a whole fucking thing. But I had to get a refund, and I haven't purchased a new one yet, because I was just like I didn't know this was coming, and I was kind of just like, well. Because I actually need a new dishwasher, too. So I was like, maybe I'll flip that into a new dishwasher. So I don't know. I might have to pay somebody to come snowblow the driveway. I was seeing some people on one of like the little local Facebook pages talking like $25-$30. It is what it is. I got 4-wheel drive. I'll get out the driveway with ease. But, she's got a little Hyundai Sonata.
I got you. Ain't
nothing. To have, right?
I have one currently.
Frank Sinatra, right?
Hey, Frank Sinatra. That's it. Yeah. That's
such a Michael Scott coded thing.
We call it Old Blue, man. It's my beater vehicle. The car's in the garage until further notice. So, so there's a lot to get into. Obviously, we can't get into it all because we got a guest tonight, Bobby.
Yeah.
So,
is there
lots happening in Sportsville? What's that?
What do we got? Are you talking about like Brown stuff?
Just sports in general. There's Steelers fans are in misery. It's great because they're making fun of us because apparently no one wants our job, and it's hilarious because they just hired Mike McCarthy. And I just had a conversation with our boy Ian, and he said there's less than 0%. This was like a week ago when Tomlin resigned, but he said there's less than 0% chance that they hire Mike McCarthy. And then I reacted to that text when that happened, and it started this whole thing of just like he can't believe that it happened, and that they're set in mediocrity forever, and they're just going to go 8-9 the rest of their lives. And he actually said he's not watching a Pittsburgh Steelers game this year.
Dude,
it's been the first time.
Spoiled, man. That is
first time in 20 years.
Shit I've ever heard, dude.
He's like, you might be able to do it, but I
such
can't.
an overreactive fuck, you know? Like, dude, listen, they're the Steelers. Like Mike McCarthy, yeah, doesn't have the best track record, but like they're the Steelers. Like
He has like a
they'll figure it
600%
out.
winning percentage or 60%. What do they call it? Yeah,
and he won a
600.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean he
And they're
hasn't won
gonna
the
cry
big
about
one
it?
in a long time. He called him the white Mike McCarthy Mike McCarthy is the white Mike Tomlin. There we go, something like that.
Great.
I was like, it's not a terrible
What's the
thing.
problem?
Yeah, he wins.
Them.
But I
We gotta
mean,
look at it from our point of view.
it's not the right coach for sure. It's certainly not the right coach for like where
And
they
the
need
thing
to
is,
be.
like, they've since I've been alive, they've had 3 coaches, or I guess 4, because I was born in '89. I don't.
I think
Carr was there yet,
that's
but
probably going to change, Bobby. They're going to go
4.
through. They're going to go through probably 4 in the next 10
We'll
years.
see. We shall
yeah.
see.
Be careful what you wish for. We warned them. We've been there.
I hope
still
that they
there.
go through what we go through. I would love that. That would make me very happy.
Yes, I wish it.
Let's
upon them.
get a 180, or a switch, flip flop.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And let's hire our guy, our young gun guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me
If he
House
can
or
pass
Yudinsky.
the SATs or whatever they got to do to get a.
SATs, ACTs, A, B, C, D, E, F, Gs. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. So
Cavs
I don't know.
at 6.
Okay, yeah.
Or whatever that meme. Remember that meme?
Yeah.
A LeBron meme with the cigarette.
Yeah, I remember that. But I just want to get that off my chest a little bit there, just because it happened today. And we are recording on a Saturday for those who pick up the podcast on a Monday when it drops, wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to follow us, subscribe at TSP_2019 on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the socials, wherever you can find us.
Yeah. We were supposed to have a little clip from our Canadian pal Luke Markland, but he started a new job this week. So
Congratulations.
Back 1 week. He's gonna have a little something for us. He kind of we had a little chat this week. He kind of filled me in on what he brainstormed, and I think it'll be pretty funny, man. He's a funny dude, and he's an ideas guy, but we got to just get him to execute. But be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, Dila, like you said, we do have a guest this week for episode 221. This is a brand and company that I became familiar with through a guy I follow. We're actually mutuals with him on TikTok. His name is Gordo. I don't even know what to really call him. I guess technically he's like a cooking account, but kind of different than what you'd usually see. But funny dude, and yeah, he loves his gas station food, which me, I've always been a big component of the gas station hot dog, so we got that in common, I guess. But he kind of plugged these guys a few times, and so I followed the page and kind of liked what I seen. And like I said, we've had Gator Bait Barbecue on, we've had the Sauce Bros, had fun getting to know those guys, and striking up some friendships and even some business relationships in a sense with a few of those guys. So I figured, why not bring these guys on and get to know what they got going on. They're in the mustard biz, D'Lo. So and there's multiple flavors, and there might be a new one. Maybe we'll get some info on that. We'll see. But today, yeah, for episode 221, we've got Mike from Pilsudski Mustard with us today. Mike, appreciate you coming on with us. Thank you for some of your time to talk some shop. We're real excited to get to know you and the company. But yeah, we'll right out the gate, I'll ask, how did you come up with the idea? I know it's like a family recipe.
Yep.
What made you want to kind of turn that into a full business?
Oh man, it's never thought I'd be doing this. Let me just start with that. All right, never thought I'd be in my mid 40s and making mustard. It goes back. I've been in the food business my whole life. My family, my great grandmother had a deli salad business that she started back in like the 50s. My parents owned a food distributor, so that we sold this deli salads, and we sold, we had 5,000 different SKUs and different items. We sold to all the local pizza shops and restaurants and, ball fields and stuff like that. And I worked for them out of college, and we always had this mustard. My great grandmother, who had the deli salads, also created a mustard with the OG in these little jars. It was the horseradish mustard. Obviously, she's Polish. She named the company. Everyone thinks my last name is Pilsudski. She named
I'm glad I didn't make
it
that
after
assumption. I
General.
almost said that.
What's
I'm
that?
glad I didn't. I almost was gonna be like Mike Pilsudski,
Yeah,
just assuming.
everybody just
I'm
assumes
glad I
that.
didn't. Yeah.
Sometimes when I just tell people yes because I don't feel like explaining the story, but no. She's 100% Polish. Joseph Pilsudski. We have his little picture on the front of the bottle. He was Poland. He gave Poland their independence back in, God, a long time ago. So she was big Polish. So she decided to name the company after him, as because he was, she was born in 1900, so she was around, during that time. And she always made this, and we had it growing up, and she decided to start bottling it at our salad manufacturing company and just selling it locally to grocery stores and everything. And I worked for my parents' business, the food distributor. And in 2015, my parents decided they wanted to retire. I had 3 kids. I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids. And the thought of taking over some big distributor really made me nervous.
Sure.
There's all these big guys, the Cisco's, the US Foods, these big companies out there that are squashing the little people. So I came up, so we closed in 2015. He retired. I ended up buying the salad recipes from him, from the deli salad business, and then also the mustard recipe, and then spun it off, started my own business called Pilsudski LLC. Real creative, I know. And went and started working for a battery company, believe it or not, but still doing this on the side. And then after about 3 years, I was able to start paying myself, a little bit more, and I left that job. So I've been doing this full time since about 2018. We've been doing just the mustard full time.
Wow. We got a comment right here in the live chat from friend of the show, Jacob Buski, says, respect. Ohio is a mustard state. #
Yes.
No ketchup. So
yes,
there it is.
You guys have a big Wober mustards there. I know Wober's a big one in Springfield, Ohio. They're a big customer, or a big big manufacturer there. But yeah, no ketchup. We always say mustard is greater than ketchup. We have stickers made up and everything like that. Now listen, I love ketchup too, but it just gives us something.
I'll use it on other things, but like on my dogs and stuff, it's a mustard on
right
for sure. That's how it is.
So that's basically how I got into it. I just kind of fell in my lap, and I wanted to keep it going. And I signed up and did like a hunting show or something like in our local area. And I had this one little jar, like the mustard, one flavor. It was a weekend show. I signed up for it. I set up a table. I remember it was like $400 and I was like all nervous. And I remember selling like 2,000 bottles of mustard or something like that at this show and being like, wait a second. Like, we might have something here, like I could do some shows and we could do, we found a good following. So, so from there, just started adding more shows and getting it out there, and people would see us. And then, hey, we have at a show, hey, we have a butcher shop, we'd love to carry them. And then just started getting into more and more places. So, so that's the quick version.
So I know like to take like a family recipe, and then if you want to have it sold in stores or on, be able to be shelf stable and stuff, you got to kind of have some maybe like preservatives or some other things in there to because I know you got to go through probably like the FDA, stuff like that. Make sure you get approved on that side of things. Like, so putting stuff in that, did that change? Like, does it still basically taste like the original recipe?
Yeah.
Or is there okay?
We get that a lot from people.
Curious.
Everybody says, wow, like they've had it because it's been around for so long. I have. We're like 3 generations in where people are like, oh my God, I remember that jar sitting in my fridge when I was a kid. My dad wouldn't let anybody else eat it because it was his mustard, and I get people all the time that come up and tell us all the time, like, wow, like I can still taste, like it still tastes like the original flavor. The good thing for us is we don't have to worry about preservatives because vinegar is a natural preservative. And vinegar is such a big ingredient in mustard. So we really, we have an 18-month shelf life, but luckily we don't have to add any preservatives. We put a little bit of some of the flavors. We do add all natural like flavoring, but that's really not really for the shelf life. It's more for just because 18 months is a long time, a pretty long time. And a lot of mustard companies do 2 years. We've always done 18 months, but it just kind of helps keep the flavor there, like keep it consistent. The horseradish one, the original is the toughest one because we use real fresh hot horseradish in it. So that does, it breaks down after a while. So starts 18 months or you can really start to tell the difference. Where the other ones you probably can get away with, 2+ years on. So it's not like mayonnaise where you're going to get sick because there's eggs in it,
Yeah,
sure.
So. Right.
Yeah, it sounds like, it has 18 months shelf life, but no need for the 18 months, probably flying off the shelf, selling 2,000 at a show. And then not to mention, someone famous also got to enjoy this mustard in Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, that was that just happened. So it's been crazy because growing up, you know her, you know the name, you know the show, you remember her giving away, giving away everything.
You get a mustard, mustard.
So it was a really cool experience and we were very lucky. We partnered with another local company who does soft pretzels. So it was like the perfect combination box, because it's a scary venture to go into by yourself. So having a partner to go in with where we both kind of helped each other through it was huge, to have that. So
now, with that, you say TikTok obviously blew your brand up there. With that being said, because she has her own thing, her favorite things, right, that she lists out. And with that being a part of it, have you noticed any kind of blow up from that at all?
Yeah, we did. We had some really great feedback. We knew about it for like 3 months before and we couldn't say anything, it was really hard not to even like tell like family members. Cause I know I tell my mom something and she tells all her friends, and she can't keep it in. And then, so we really were worried about it because we didn't want to jeopardize anything. So we really were trying to keep it hush hush. But we did. It's hard because there's no set sales. Like they gave us like a guesstimate. Like, so, hey, future companies in the past that have gotten on have done, 10,000 boxes, or 15,000 boxes. So you have this number in your head. So we made enough mustard. We made 15,000 bottles of the Polish mustard and 15,000 bottles of the sweet hot honey mustard. And luckily we have 18 months. So, we were like, it wasn't, but still, it's a lot of inventory to have right off the bat. Yeah. So it took a little bit to get going, but then as soon as she started making announcements, they got on like the pretzel company did a lot of PR work on their end, getting on like their local news station with it. And we did a lot of stuff. So we're through about I think 9,000 bottles right now. So, it definitely was a very huge, burst. And then now you're going to see what people that didn't even hear of us now, hopefully when the jar gets low, they're going to go to the website on the bottle and reorder it or, so we'll start to see, it'll be interesting to see how that happens, down the next couple months. So.
Okay. So like early on, did you have any thoughts where you're like, man, I don't know if this is going to work. And if you did, like, how would you do to like push through that?
Yeah, I think the smart thing that I did is I went and worked in another place. Like I got another job, and I kind of gave myself a 5-year plan. Like, hey, my goal, this isn't my ideal situation. But I have a family, so I got to obviously support them. And I'm going to give myself a 5-year plan. So when I'm on lunch break, I'm going to be working on my website. I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to be working on new flavors because I knew you had to add more than just one. So, luckily I was able to beat that and get out of there in 3 years, instead of my 5-year plan. But it was, but yeah, it definitely was some times where I didn't think it was going to work. It was, but doing the shows, selling tons of mustard at these shows, and then people ordering on our website. I was like, there's people, people would call me and be like, when's your website going to be up? Like, we're literally down to our last spoonful of mustard. Like, we don't even know what to do. And I'm like, really? Like, okay, like people are really obsessed with this, you know? So, I think that little bit helped, you know, having it's always good when someone gives you a compliment. Obviously you're always going to get some negative things, but when you get that person that calls you on the phone and is like, hey, how do I get more bottles of this? Like, it's unbelievable. It, you know, it definitely helps those feelings of, and I still have that. Like, it's not even back then. I still, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work. You know, I don't know if this is a long-term plan, you know, like, so, obviously we're pushing through and things are every year getting better and better. So it's definitely something that's going to work. But, I think every entrepreneur has those doubts every day, you know?
Sure. I mean, I would imagine there's like, you have like a flame and you're trying to block all the wind from blowing that flame out kind of situation. And then you're just building up the company to get to that point of sustainability.
Right.
Have you felt like you reached that point?
Yes and no. Like, I think I'm such a goal-driven person that like people like, wow, you're in 500 stores and you're got made Oprah's favorite things and you guys are doing this, and you know, and those are all like great, but I quickly move to the next thing. Like, I'm like, I'll enjoy that little moment, you know, but then I'm always looking for the bigger picture, you know, like this is, I think you have to be like that, you know, you can't just, even years where, you know, you got to grow. Like, my favorite thing is January 1st, because I get to go through my book and I have every year from I started to now, and I go through my website and I write down my total orders for the year, my totals, you know, our, you know, just different things, our website, our sales from just to retail. We use Fair, which is a wholesale marketplace website to sell our products. Fair, you know, TikTok shop now. We're going to add whatnot. Like, so I love looking at the numbers and I get excited that, you know, since we started, we've never gone backwards one year. You know, it's always been, even if it's been $4 more that year, like it's still, you know, moving in the right direction.
Going down, right?
You know, so
yeah, exactly. So I'm looking here at your guys' flavors. You got a bacon jalapeno, a dill pickle, wasabi, and then a horseradish, right? I got those?
The horseradish is we call it Polish style, but horseradish.
Okay. So which one of those surprises people the most when they try it?
Probably the bacon jalapeno, because it's that one that we always say when we do a show, people see the sign and that's what brings them to the table, because it's such a unique, like, I don't know. I love to eat. I love bacon. So if I see bacon, anything, I don't even have to read the rest of it. I'm going to go over to it and just check it out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right. So that's what we always say brings people to the tables, the bacon jalapeno. And then we get them to try the other ones. And a lot of times they're like, wow, like they'll fall in love with a different one, but the bacon brought them to the table. So, yeah, that's definitely our most unique one. And I love it. We love creating these flavors because it's actually smoky bacon, like in the beginning, and then the jalapeno comes at the end. Like, I love that it's not just one flavor. Like, a lot of ours you get two different flavors in there. Which I think is really cool. So
yeah,
it's a good, it's like an experience.
Like your tables and stuff. What are you guys giving out to try that mustard? Is it just? And you said something about pretzels.
Yeah, we do little. So when we do a lot of we do a lot of hunting and fishing shows. We just found like a nice niche market there. Like those, I like to fish and hunt. I love to eat. I feel like all those guys. I mean, we do recipes with venison and elk, and then we do fishing shows. We'll tell you to put the wasabi mustard on your salmon or tuna. You know, so we really focus on. I think our mustards just fit those, you know, those dynamic, like the hunting and fishing world. So we'll hand out little souffle cups, like little plastic cups. And we basically have trays of them with two little pretzel sticks in them. And then people come up and, what do you want to try? Oh, bacon. And we squirt a little bit of mustard in that, give it to them so that they can dip in themselves. And so we go through 40 bags of pretzel sticks a show. But I mean, I know them sampling it is the most important part, you know?
Yeah, and I've seen, following the TikTok, like you guys been moving around a lot lately. I want to say you guys were in California not too long ago, right?
Yeah, and, we were in San Diego.
You had a video where you're in the actual hotel room packing up boxes, man. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Well, people don't understand, like TikTok shop, like you have 2 days to print the label and it for them to get scanned like after someone places the order, or it like affects your, the big thing with TikTok is like everyone says algorithm, like you got to met. So like we've had a huge rush through the holidays and like our TikTok shop went crazy. I didn't want to risk it because you can turn your shop off, but everyone says don't do it because it messes with the algorithm. So we literally flew with a suitcase full of mustard, 50-pound box thing of mustard out with us because we were going to be out there for 4 days. And I knew the first 2 days I had any orders that came in, we had to pack and take them to the post office. And then the last 2 days we'd be okay because I could do it when I got home. But we did it, and we packed orders in the hotel room, and yeah, it's funny. I never thought I'd be doing that, but
around the clock,
right? Yeah. Is it now? Are you just? Is it just a 2-person operation right now, or do you guys got?
Yeah. So my fiance helps me, Ashley, and she's in a lot of the videos.
Yep.
She helps me tremendously. Like, so I've done it myself pretty much. I do everything. It's funny. People call us and they'll be like, "Oh, can you have your marketing department, give us a call when you have a chance?" And I'm like, "You got them on the phone." Like we did a TikTok where like I'm in a chair and I keep spinning around and it's like marketing director, sales staff, accounts payable. And it was like just me just keep spinning around. But no, she has her own business. She owns a salon. So she's very busy with that, but any free time she has, she really helps me and helps me with social media, the stuff that I don't really get that, I'm not great on. So she really helps with social media, just sales. She'll travel with me to a lot of the shows and help me and stuff like that. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Are you like on the fringe of maybe adding a person or two to kind of help out? Because it sounds like you guys are kind of continuing to grow, so that's a good thing. But I feel like at some point
I have control issues.
Okay.
No,
I mean, it's your baby, so yeah,
it is,
makes sense.
and it's so hard for me because I literally converted so I'm in our basement right now. We have like a little like studio we built down here, but right couple steps over we have a big 2-car garage, and I about 4 months ago converted it. We have a warehouse in Reading where we have everything, but I converted our 2-car garage into a fully functioning packing facility. Like it is rolls of bubble wrap on the wall hanging, shelves everywhere. So pretty much to keep up with it, I got to come home, eat dinner, we hang out for a while, and then a lot of times I'll come down here at 9:00 and pack till midnight, 1:00. Because you got to get them out the next day. I kind of pride myself on people placing an order and it going out the next day, if not 2 days. So yeah, I mean, if you ask my fiance, she tells me every day. I won't even let her tape a box because I tell her she's doing it wrong. So obviously I have some issues that I need to work through. But I definitely need to get some help packing, and I have 3 kids, but they're all in college, so they're definitely not able to help at this point. But yes, I guess the shorter answer I should have done is yes, I definitely need to get some help and definitely more in the packing just to help keep up with that side of it.
So that kind of leads me into my next question is we talked about not looking at like these things more of a stepping stone, brick by brick, and looking at the bigger picture. What is that bigger picture as far as do you want to be like a Heinz, or do you kind of want to stay with like more of like I don't know what the word would be, but not a mom and pop,
like a specialty brand.
Yeah, more like a specialty. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, obviously our goal is to be a household name, like sure. I don't want to just be like Mike from Pennsylvania selling mustard and, big on the East Coast. My goal is to get it all over. And that's why we were in San Diego a few weeks ago, because there was a big fancy food. It's called Fancy Food Fair. They do 2 of them a year, one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. And we went first time, all the buyers are there. So it's a show where all the Costco's, the Walmart, all the grocery store chains, Targets, everybody, all the buyers are there walking around sampling products. So you go to these shows, you pay a ton of money, you just hope that one of the buyers stops there and loves your products and, and decides to bring you in. But yeah, so I mean, I think I mean, yes, I want to get as big as I can, but I'm also don't want to be like a Heinz where I want to know where my bottles are going.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like I think they're just so big. It's just so hard to grow like in grocery stores because not many people know, but they charge you slotting fees. You know, like if you ever go to your grocery store and look, like you'll notice Heinz, French's, they're all eye level because that's the highest dollar. Like it's most places are $5,000 if you want to put your products like eye level, $5,000 per SKU. So if I wanted all 6 of my mustards, then I have to pay 30 grand.
Wow. Wow.
Not many people know that, you know?
See, like Meyer, for instance, I'm not sure about you, Bobby, but I've noticed now they're like end caps. I'm not sure what the price would be for SKU for like an end cap, but they
Right.
have like an end cap section where it's like Ohio made products.
Yes.
Specifically like household names where like you could like find out things that you've probably never seen before. I like shopping there, just like different taste of variety and helping a local business out. So it's like maybe do they have something like that over there in PA?
Yeah, and I think that the thing I love is I actually talked to Meyer. They were at the show and I did talk to them a little bit. Unfortunately, being in Pennsylvania, we can't get in that set, but
Yeah.
and they don't have any stores in Pennsylvania, unfortunately. But I think the thing I do love is I've noticed that a lot of these grocery store retail chains are starting to really support the local companies and bring the smaller brands in. Like I know our Whole Foods down here has it. We have Wegmans, which I don't think they have any out by you. Wegmans is big on the East Coast. They're doing that. They have a whole huge aisle of all local stuff.
I think
So
they might be a part of like Kroger, maybe like Kroger.
yeah, maybe yeah.
I
And a lot of times with that you can sneak in. They'll bring you in without having to pay the slotting fees. You know, and then it's a great test for them because they'll see if they're selling, and then if they sell, then they'll be like, wow, let's put them in the main, in the main store. Then if it's not selling, then they can just keep it in the local program, and they probably rotate it around quarterly or something like that. So, but yeah, I think the local flair is coming back. I feel like people are really trying to support local businesses now and small local businesses.
Yeah,
We need to get you into Lincoln Financial, man, in the concessions.
Listen, I've talked to many people about it. There's another, the weird thing, and there's this other mustard company called Mike's Amazing, right? Which they're out of New Jersey, and I don't know. I've never really had their mustards, but they make like you can get a bottle for $1.99. So it's like it's definitely like mass produced, like yellow mustard. They have like I think they have a Dijon mustard. They don't have a lot of flavors, but they have a few. And they're like sponsored every New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia. Like I watched the Flyers game the other night and it said like Mike's Amazing on the boards. And I'm like, I see billboards on 95 here, I'm like, man, this guy, they're putting a ton of money towards marketing. But I've talked to some people about it. So the problem with something like that is you spend so much money to get your name in there. What they end up buying you never break even.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you spend 50 grand to get your name in there, but they buy, $10,000 worth of mustard in a year.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
but
that makes sense.
Someday I'll have a
Eventually,
box, someday I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to have our Pilsudski Skybox,
There you go. Yeah.
Skybox, get the
that'd be
field.
worth
Pilsudski
pass,
Field.
right? Yeah, let's get a field pass.
Just name the stadium. Name the stadium after it.
Right.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Someday.
Okay.
So.
Now, because I see, like you said in the background there, you got the Bloody Mary too. When was that? That means is that something that came later down the line? Like what?
Yeah.
made you
So
go, we're doing mustards. Let's throw a Bloody Mary mix.
yeah,
in
it's
the line.
yeah, it's funny because I don't have any jars here, but Betty, who was my great grandmother, started the company with the horseradish mustard, and we have little 5-ounce glass jars of pure hot horseradish, which is the horseradish that's in that mustard. And that's actually, if you go on our website, we label it under Betty's. Like we have a picture of her and everything on it. So we always had horseradish. Well, I was at a food show somewhere, and a company approached me asking if we sell our horseradish in gallons. And I was like, we can make anything happen. We can do whatever. And they were a tomato farm down in South Carolina that was making Bloody Mary mix. So I was shipping them cases of gallons of our horseradish down to them, and they were using in their Bloody Mary mix. And like after about a year, I was like, we're always looking for new like show items. We don't have it in any stores, but we do so many shows. It's a great item to take and add to the table. You're paying $800 for a booth. You might as well fill it up with as much stuff as you can, right? So I had them send, using our horseradish, and we kind of tweaked it a little bit and fell in love with it. And we started offering it probably about 4 years ago. So we do, it comes in a big 32-ounce glass bottle. It has our fresh horseradish in it, and then also has a little bit of orange habanero. And it's pretty thick. Like, we have them make it a little bit thicker. They don't blend it. It's not as watery. So it's got a little good consistency to it. So
I like that. So the reason I bring that up is like, have you guys thought of, or will you drop maybe a different condiment outside of mustard in the lineup in the future? Is that something you maybe have brainstormed about?
Yeah, I think you always got to think about like how many mustards is a good mustard. Like, you see some of these hot sauce companies, they have like 20 different hot sauces, like I feel like 8 has always been my number in my head, that I like thinking 8's a good number. I always tell people, we go into a grocery store, we go into a customer, and we take 6 mustards in there. We're ecstatic, like we're super happy if they pick 3 of the 6 to bring into their store, right? If you take 8 mustards, you're still pretty much only going to probably get 3 still in there. You know what I mean? It's not like now, oh, you have 8, now they're going to bring 5 in. So it's that game of just how much, can you, I always try to do different flavors, so none of them are kind of compete against each other. So I definitely think a sauce is something down the road. We did change the company name to Pilsudski, just Pilsudski Brand. So if we wanted to venture into some sauce, or people say mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise. So I have to do something that I love. You know what I mean? I can't stand there and lie to somebody and be like, this is the best mayonnaise you're ever going to have, when I never even don't want to eat it.
Maybe I know you said you've gotten in pretty good with like a lot of like the barbecue content creators and stuff. I'm a big fan of like mustard-based barbecue sauces. So I think that'd be something to definitely think about. I think that'd be great for you guys.
100%.
To mix those worlds up.
Yeah, I do too.
Because obviously when I think of mustard, I'm thinking of like hot dogs, brats and stuff like that. What's a food that you would put your mustard on that maybe somebody wouldn't expect that you think's pretty good?
So with all our crazy flavors, so real quick, we also own a farmer's market stand in our hometown.
Nice. Okay.
So we go in and that's where I bring back the salads. So all the Betty salads that I purchased the recipes from my family. So we are open year round, 3 days a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we make about 50 different kind of deli salads. So tuna salad, chicken salad, potato, macaroni, coleslaw. And we incorporate the mustards in a lot of them. So like our dill pickle mustard, we'll do a dill potato salad or dill macaroni salad. And we also do deviled eggs with all of them. So we'll fill our case up with bacon jalapeno deviled eggs. Wasabi in the Christmas time, we'll do wasabi and sriracha for red and green. Horseradish, we call them Polish style deviled eggs. So I think deviled eggs is an interesting one. People know you use mustard in it, but when they're like, ooh, you can add that little extra flavor in there, like it definitely is one that we always give as an example to use them on.
Okay.
Now, we opened the show saying we had Jake in the comments there saying that Ohio is a mustard state. That is arguable, to say the least. I mean, I like ketchup, but there's people who hate ketchup. There's people who hate mustard. Now, for those that come in, don't like mustard, don't even like the side of mustard, I'm pretty sure there's I can't think of the guy's name, but he was on Viva La Bam. One of his buddies absolutely hated mustard, and they pranked him by covering him in an entire bottle of mustard. But for those people, have you had people had a change of heart on mustard that maybe went up to your stand and be like, I don't like mustard, don't want to try it, but because words can only do so much. You can't convince someone who already thought, hey, don't like mustard, but hey, try my mustard, you're going to like it. Right. Now, have they tasted it and had a change of heart? Because it's not just, it's mustard, it's Pilsudski's.
Right. Definitely. I think I love when people come to our booth and they're like, I'm good. I don't really like mustard, but like she does, she'll try some. And I'm like, how do you know? Like, give it a try. Like, I have 3 kids. My kid, are the pickiest eaters ever. I was definitely a picky eater as a kid. I think we've converted a ton of people. I think
Nice.
people think of just yellow mustard. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they think of, you get a McDonald's cheeseburger, it's going to have that pickle, ketchup, and yellow mustard on it. Some people just don't like yellow mustard. So I think we've converted a lot of people, especially the I know it's a yellow mustard, but the dill pickle, it literally tastes like a dill pickle. And I'll have to send you guys some mustard so you guys can try them. But people say, they're like, you tell them that, and then they're like, oh my God, like it does. It tastes exactly like a dill pickle. So you want to talk about like for your hot dogs that you love, or I mean, that's that perfect one right there for that. But we definitely convert people. Not everybody. It's not for some people. Some people don't like the texture or whatever. But I think we probably converted way more than I would have thought. So
That's awesome.
What's your top seller? Is it the original or is it one of the
I
other
think
flavors?
the Polish style with horseradish, it's our original. We do it in the little 9-ounce jars. We also do it for the real lover. We have a big 24-ounce jar, and then we do gallons for food service as well too.
Okay.
And then we do squeeze bottles in every other flavor. Like all the other flavors are just in squeeze bottles. And then we do some gallons in those as well for food service too.
Very nice. As far as like commerce goes, is the website still your top dog, or has TikTok shop taking the top
I'll
spot?
tell you what, like we weren't even on, we were on, I signed up, my kids signed me up on TikTok, I think, maybe 10, 12 months ago. We really didn't start putting like effort into it until like August, September. And Ashley and I we're talking about it, and we're like, we didn't even have TikTok, like personal TikTok accounts. So we just started kind of posting some videos of us cooking with them. And then I opened the TikTok shop and realized, hey, let's send some mustard out to some creators we met Sage and Cajun on TikTok, and her name's Asia. We sent her some mustard, and she has a big following. And then she's like, hey, like maybe you should talk to this person. Like she kind of gave me a couple people to talk to, and sent some mustard. And then, next thing you know, we're in this community, and we're going from and we've been very lucky. We had some people with like millions of followers that we sent mustard to, and they really didn't give us a shout out, but they might have been eating something and been like, using the dill, the dill pickle like this, and like you saw our name, and like overnight we'd wake up and have 100 more followers, and then maybe 200. And then I think we just hit 1,800 today, but for only being really focusing for like the last 4 months, I mean, we've grown pretty rapidly. And I think we're almost at 600 orders on our TikTok shop. So in really the last 4 months, so it's definitely blown up. But our website, is still our staple. We offer free shipping on our website. I think people see your mustard somewhere, and like the first things they do is either look at your website or look on Amazon, right? Like I know I do that.
Yeah.
How does that process work from someone? Because like I was overwhelmed when I was making T-shirts for our podcast when we first started, trying to give them out to our friends and stuff. And they would order. We're talking like 10, 15 T-shirts, so different orders. And you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of orders here, and I see you loading up the back of your truck with boxes and boxes that you're going to the post office with.
Right.
Now, how does that all work? You just go all there and just dump them all off at the post office, and they help you out pretty good, or?
First thing you do is I moved down here in March. So I'm about an hour from Reading, where the warehouse is, where we do everything. So I drive back and forth every day, pretty much Monday through Friday. So I had a great relationship with my post office there. Coming down here, I knew first thing I did is I kicked in the door in the back, because they have like a loading dock, and I brought a bunch of mustard and started talking to everybody and tried to give people mustard and who liked mustard. And, I tried to bribe them, and, you don't, there's people that come in there, they throw their stuff on a buggy, they wheel it in, and then they leave. I'm like, where do you guys want me to put it? Like they have these big cardboard bins. I literally put it on a buggy, take it in the back of the warehouse, of their warehouse, and I put it all in a thing. They don't have to do anything. So I I've learned, I know them by name now. They're, Mustard Mike's here, like they see me coming in.
There we go.
I hear them say they're getting low on their mustard. I always give them another, but so it's bribery, I guess is the best way to say it.
It sounds like you're almost pretty close to just hopping in the truck and delivering them yourself.
I know. So we do FedEx. Most of our stuff, I'd say 80 to 90% of our stuff goes out USPS, which is the post office. And then we have FedEx and UPS. So and luckily I have 2 of those locations pretty close here. So I can usually within, 2 miles, I can hit all of them. So
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a daily stop. I mean, they know me now. I know when the truck comes to the post office to pick up those pallets at the end of the day, he's there every day at 5:30. So if I want that stuff to get out and go down to the Philly distribution center, I need to be there by 5:15, so I'm not holding him up because he's got timed routes, so.
I respect the grind.
Down.
We have a couple really good buddies over on TikTok. Our one buddy Remy, he's got almost 260K followers, and the other buddy Walt, he runs Michigan Barbecue Addicts. He does a lot of cooking content. He also does this roll for barbecue series where he rolls dice and it chooses what he's gonna barbecue and what condiments.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a pretty cool thing. But we'll put you in touch with those guys. I think those would be a couple of dudes that if you sent them some stuff, they definitely would put you on and tag you guys and all that good stuff. So we'll post show we'll give you their info and we can reach out to them and all that good stuff. But I'm interested, especially now that I know that you basically are a one-man army. Give us your typical day. You wake up. Are you immediately checking orders that came in? What are we doing throughout the day?
I literally probably check twice my Seller Central account on TikTok to see what comes in. Throwing in the market is a whole nother thing now too. Our farmers market stand, because we cook on Wednesdays all pretty much from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. We cook all the salads there. My parents are retired, so they run the farmers market stand for me. So, every day I do have a pretty set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but then Thursday, Friday is just I have no, who knows what's going to happen. But moving an hour away usually starts at 5 a.m. getting up. Obviously, first thing doing is checking my my website, Shopify, my TikTok, seeing what orders came in, any emails, and then driving up to Reading and just starting the day. I mean, we have our warehouse there. We have, I'd say 80% of our big retail customers, our biggest customers, Bass Pro and Cabela's, they were in all the stores from Maine down to Miami, Florida. So I think there's 73 stores on the East Coast. So they give me an order every Monday and they pick up every Thursday. So I try to have as many people pick up at our warehouse as possible, because I don't want to I do some small deliveries, but we don't have a truck. We don't do it. I try to get as many people to pick up as they can. So
we need you in Ohio, man. We got Bass Pro over by us. We need you in Ohio.
I know we're working. It's been 5 years and they're like, oh, give us 2 years and then we'll start to expand you. And now every time's well, things are great. Let's just wait another year. So it's it would be, all the stores are killing it. So I know it's not a sales thing. I just don't know if I have the person that my person I'm dealing with is just doesn't care about mustard. I don't know. They're making an amazing gross profit on it. I've talked to a couple of the store managers and they're making more gross profit on the mustard than they are on anything else in the store. So
I think once you infiltrate over here, I think you guys would kill it in the Midwest.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dylan, you want to pull up this next comment? Jake, he's got another comment here. He said, you mentioned Reading. Do they have your mustard at the ballpark? Pilsudski's on a dog at a Fightin' Phil's game. Seems like the spot.
Yeah.
Another avenue to take a look at.
Fightin' Phil's, we definitely talked to them about 3 years ago. We were going to do a Pilsudski condiment station. So we were going to do something with gallons, or you see a lot of them, they have the bags and they pump, and you could do. So we were going to do 3 or 4 flavors at stations throughout the ballpark. But again, it's we were so small back then. I mean, we're still small now, but seeing a $10,000 marketing, budget, gives me my heart stops for a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
So even now, I mean, even now it does, but people just, it would be an amazing thing. I definitely should revisit it because I do know some people over there. I think they've changed a lot. A few people have changed, but if you've ever get a chance to come out to, like, if you're in the area, our stadium is awesome. We have a pool out there. We have barbecue pits. We have, I mean, they really spent a lot of money upgrading it, and it's a great experience. And they're keeping all the prices low enough where you're not going there and blowing $400 on your family of 3.
Yeah,
so.
minor league baseball games are fun. We got the Toledo Mudhens over here in our neck of the woods. And
Okay.
it's fun to go there. It's like cheap, it's still semi-cheap entertainment.
And anytime anybody gets hurt, they're going to come down to Reading for a couple games for rehab.
We actually, for Jake here, who's in the comments, we went to a Mudhens game for his bachelor party, and I can't remember. I think it was a New York team, but Tim Tebow was in town. So when he was trying to play baseball, so that was kind of
You see,
cool.
I mean, at the very least, I think we should probably throw our hat in the ring of one of these condiment races. Maybe get like I'm Polish, so if you guys got the suit, I'll throw it on.
Right, let's do it. Yeah,
I'll spin the wheels.
You got to beat out mustard and mayo, dude. Let's go, Dylan.
Listen,
let's go.
I've never thought some of my TikTok stuff we're posting, I never thought I'd be doing. Like it's amazing what you'll do for your business. You know what I mean? Like what you like. I know it was a great video when my kids all text me and say, "Dad, take that down." Oh my God, take it down. Like it's so cringy. Take it down. I'm like, yes, that was a good video.
It was for sure.
But no, listen, Fighting Phil's, I'm going to make a note. I definitely should reach back out to them because that's definitely another.
For sure. That'd be great, man.
Your Reading company, they thought you should support each other.
Yeah, let them know. I mean, I would mention, because I think probably last time we talked to them, you probably weren't on TikTok, so that's probably another wrinkle to the fold to mention to them. Yeah. So, hopefully you can get over there. And, hopefully our Bass Pros and stuff over here in Ohio will wake up. And
trying to think, we just got in Jungle Gyms. Is that anywhere near you guys?
Yeah, in Cincinnati. We actually, our buddy we mentioned earlier, Remy, we went down there, I think 2 years ago. What an experience, man! It's a grocery
I heard
store
it's like
I've never been to. Yeah, it's really cool.
Get lost.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna come out. We're gonna come there, but both stores brought in all 6 flavors. So
nice.
So they have them there. They just reordered not too long ago. So we're gonna go there one of these days. We're gonna come out and it's not that far of a drive. I mean, I think it's like 7-8 hours or something like that. So
let us know.
We're gonna come out.
Talking about wanting to go back out there. So.
Yeah, maybe do a demo, maybe set up a table, hand out samples or something.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, Jungle Gyms rules, man. I love it over there. Got a couple more things for you. We'll get you. We'll get you out of here. What's your, take? Age-old take. Yellow mustard versus the gourmet mustards. Do you still? I mean, now that because you got what you got going on there. Do you still mess with a classic yellow these days, or you just totally all gourmet?
Not really. It's funny. We posted a video today. I had a guy in the barbecue community that makes knives, Cram knives. So shout out to Ryan Cram. He hooked me up. They sent me this amazing brisket knife, I think is what the technical term is. So you have to go on our TikTok and check it out. I just posted a video today of me unboxing it. Has our logo etched in it. He actually etched it with sriracha mustard that we gave him. And then the handle's like a mustard yellow handle. Like it's a beautiful knife. So we did a video then later on. I think it just came out tonight at some point where we took a bottle of Great Value yellow mustard and I threw it up in the air and I chopped it in half with this knife.
I like that.
So no, I mean, listen, every yellow mustard has its, there's certain things that you need it for. We use it for when we make certain salads, we use it for, sometimes our macaroni salad or potato if we're not going to use the dill. So it definitely has its place, but we're trying to elevate the food experience. We're trying to give you can use yellow mustard as a binder, but it's not adding any flavor to it. Like your seasoning's adding flavor. All that's doing is holding your seasoning on your meat. These are adding a layer like this bacon jalapeno, the sweet hot honey. That's going to help too. It's not just It's not just helping you keep your seasoning on your meat. So, and I kind of look at it as like craft. I don't know if you guys are beer drinkers or not. Craft beer blew up, right? There's breweries on every corner now, right? Everywhere. I kind of try to think of it as like we're like the craft brewer. We're a craft mustard. So we're going to come up with unique craft flavors. You know, I keep using the word craft because I feel like that's small batch craft is such a big, big words that people want to hear, like that are important words. So
yeah.
Trying to elevate people's mustard game.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. That's how I should do it. And I'm a big barbecue guy too, so I didn't. And I do use like yellow mustard as a binder, but to be able to use a mustard that's also not only going to keep the seasoning on there, but add another depth, some more depth to the whatever I'm smoking or.
We call it a layer of flavor. It's not we're not trying to use the word binder word. We're just saying like it is a binder, but it's a layer of flavor. Like we've turned a lot of people. I didn't know if it would work, but a lot of people in the barbecue community are crushing it with some of their stuff they're making, and everything looks so good. So I definitely have to send you some so you can try it out for yourself.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you said before we got on that you guys are getting ready to drop another flavor. I know you haven't come out with it exactly, but can you maybe hint towards what kind of flavor you guys are getting ready to drop?
Yeah, it's going to be something. It's staying in our same, like our dill pickle is the only one that doesn't have any heat. Like we had to have one where you get people to come up to the table and they're like, oh, I don't like spicy stuff. So like at least we have that one for them. It's definitely got a kick to it. It's definitely going to be. We wanted to make it all natural, gluten-free, kosher, vegan. Which are all these big keywords, which everybody wants now. Keep it as clean as possible. I think it's 5-6 ingredients. And it's going to be, I think it's going to fit in perfectly with our lineup. It's different than anything we have now. It's going to be great for the barbecue community. And we have it done. We're working on the label, and we're eating it here. We just haven't had we're all of our friends, we're taking it to, we're meeting our friends for a drink, or meeting our friends out there. We're always taking little sample jars with some pretzel sticks for everybody to try, because just because we love it doesn't mean it's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like everybody has a different flavor profile. So we really depend on our friends. I've sent some out to the barbecue community, some of the people that we trust, for them to try it and to get some feedback. And so far it's a home run, and I'm excited because we haven't had anything new in 3 or 4 years. Our bacon jalapeno, I think we came out with, it's been almost 4 years. So we're way overdue.
What's the ETA on when you guys are going to actually drop it?
So I have my hunting and fishing show. I call it the tour, because I think I do 5 hunting and fishing shows in 6 weeks coming up in February and March. We're in Providence, Rhode Island. We're in New York. We're down in North Carolina. So we're kind of traveling all over. My goal, I don't think realistically I'll have it ready by the middle of February, but I'm hoping by the end of February. It's just everything's done, but the label takes forever, to get everything approved. And then the printer takes 2 weeks, then, it takes, you get a week or two till you manufacture everything. So I'm hoping, 4 to 6 weeks. And we're trying to get creative with it now. We're giving little teasers. I think we did a video of us eating it, of Ashley and I eating it on pretzel sticks the other day, and had it in the, in the picture. Because I don't know how, it's not really exciting, but we're trying to make it as exciting as possible as this big announcement for this new flavor. So
yeah, I mean, new flavor, especially for the people that have been, returning customers and stuff. I'm sure they'll be stoked to get a new flavor in the fold there. Dylan, before I ask the final question, did you have anything else you wanted to toss out?
I mean, I guess I can ask, like the you talk about different flavor profiles. Now, I'm not sure how true it is, but scientifically they say your palate changes every 7 years. How do you keep something that is going to keep up with the times per se, and something that's not going to like fade, like a flavor that is fade over over the time, and someone's going to enjoy it.
We just asked ChatGPT what the next trend is, and we just follow it. Now,
now that is.
I mean, honestly, you got to always look like, so what's cool with these food shows that we do, they always are giving you the trend for the next year, like what's coming up, what's going to be the next trend. We hopped on the sriracha trend right in the beginning when we came out with our sriracha mustard. Like sriracha was starting to be at McDonald's and everything. Like we just announced it before that. So I felt like we were a little late to the game, but it still worked, and people love it, and it's been great. The dill pickle. I mean, the dill pickle was last year's big flavor trend, right? Dill pickle, everything. You got dill pickle peanuts and popcorn, and but we've had that out for a couple of years. It used to be called dill mustard with garlic, and last year we've rebranded and changed the name to dill pickle. So, and it's crazy because since we changed the name, it doubled our sales. So it went from like the 4th flavor to like number 2 now. Like, it's just crazy how just changing the name, not changing the formula, changing the name can affect, and changing your label can affect, sales.
Yeah, because you were open because you changed it to Pilsudski's brand now, and you're opening up to different flavors, and we were kind of, tossing the idea of possible barbecues and all that kind of stuff. But do you think that you might open the idea to a possible ketchup, or is that more of a rival to your mustard?
Listen, we joke about it all the time. Ashley and I both love ketchup. We love spicy ketchup, like a Chipotle ketchup or something like a little spice to it. We always joke that we would do it. I think it's so hard though, because it would almost have to be like a show item, like our Bloody Mary mix, because it's so hard to get on in that mustard shelf. I mean, in the ketchup area. You see some companies try, but everybody. I mean, we have Heinz is in our fridge. Like it just Heinz does it good. Like it's hard to like compete with someone that makes it so good. And but we thought about coming out with doing a ketchup and calling it Not Mustard. Like the name would be called Not Mustard. I don't know, just to get creative. I don't know. So no, maybe down the line. I'm never going to say no to anything. We get crazy requests all the time. Like, what about a cotton candy? So I'm like, hey, maybe down the road. You never know. So, but
I got 2 more questions, and we'll get you out of here. One just kind of popped in my head because you're talking about the food shows and stuff that you go to. I know that there's only so many vendors that can be a part of those. So like, if there's somebody across from you, is everyone like cool with each other, or because everyone's probably in the same boat as you? So is there like some glares, maybe like some other guy, he's selling his mustard over here, kind of same boat as you, like small mom and pop, or is everyone pretty cool with each other?
No, the cool thing is I'm the only mustard guy there. Like, I'm very lucky. There's always a couple jerky people that are glaring at each other. There's always a hot sauce guy. There's always a barbecue sauce guy. But luckily, I am literally the only mustard guy. So what hurts is sometimes we do really good at these shows. Now, we've been doing them for 8 years, so we have a good following, right, at these shows. We only glares we get is when like we're at a hunting and fishing show and there's a guy across from us selling, fishing rods, and we have a line at our booth selling mustard, and he's, not selling any fishing rods. They used to get angry and be like, why are you here? But we hand out recipes. So if we're doing a fishing show, I purposely make a little recipe card with, cedar plank salmon with our dill mustard on it, or our wasabi mustard on it. And, we try to give people so that and then the more people are like, oh, okay, yeah, like you're incorporating, it makes sense. Right. So we're very lucky. We do well at them. We have this like show community, these guys that do all these shows. So when you're doing them, you're there, and at night, the show's over. I have a lot of friends now. We go have a beer together. We grab something to eat. It's like my little friend group now, like from these shows. So, hey, I got to run to the bathroom. Can you cover my booth for a minute? It's just like, I've met so many people over the last 8 or 9 years doing these shows that I still text, like, that are friends now, so.
A good barter system over there too. Like, hey, I'll give you a bottle of mustard.
Dude, I come home with amazing stuff. I mean, people don't understand, like, the mustard costs us like, not a lot to make. Like, we're very lucky. It's not super expensive. And I'll give them 6 bottles of mustard, and I come home with like a $60 fillet knife. I'm like,
there you go.
Who's winning over here? Like, definitely Pilsudski just won that. No. But yeah, we do beer and wine festivals, I'll come home with cases of alcohol and beer and wine and different things that we're just trading mustard, So
Awesome.
I'm a big barter. I'm always trading. I do want to buy stuff from people because I want to support them as well too, if they're not interested in mustard, but a lot of times people will want to trade. So
great, man. Great.
Yeah.
Mike, so I'm gonna hit you with our last question that we ask all our new guests on the show, and that is, knowing what you know today, what is one thing you'd tell your 18-year-old self?
Whew, I don't know. I would say don't get in the food business. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Stay out of the food business and go do something else. No, honestly, I feel like I have the food business in my blood. So like I tried to get out of it for a little bit, and then I'm back in it. I wish I would have done a little bit more, not schooling, but more of learn a little bit more about different trades about business. Obviously I went into college and took a business class but I didn't really, marketing's such a big thing now. Social media was kind of, 20, 30 years ago, we did have social media, but not really what it is today,
Right.
But there's things like that I look back and I wish I would have focused a little bit more on learning the business, the business side, like the financial part, the accounting, the marketing, social media, stuff like that. Like you could be the hardest worker ever, but if you don't have some of that stuff, that you learned, you're not, it's hard to become successful,
If the business went, by the wayside, what do you think you would be doing instead?
I don't know. I think I would just probably, my kids are all old enough. I think I would disappear, go to like a fishing village and just work on somebody's fishing boat. You know what I mean? Just probably live an amazing life.
I can do that. Yeah.
Nice.
I like it a lot. Before we totally wrap up, let everyone know where they can follow you along, plug the website, everything, man. Let them know.
Yeah. So our website is pilsudskimustard.com, PILSUDSKI mustard.com. We have all of our products are on there. We do free shipping throughout our whole website. Different variations are on there. Bloody Mary mix is on there. The horseradish. TikTok is Pilsudski. It's at Pilsudski Mustard Co. Instagram, Facebook are all just at Pilsudski Mustard. And give us a follow on TikTok, on Instagram, all the social medias. We're always doing crazy videos. We just bought a puppy. We named her Dijon. Makes sense, right? We do videos with her. We're just trying to get creative with it, trying to make mustard fun, try to build our community, and make a lot of friends, through TikTok and get our brand name out there. That's really what it's about, is trying to grow this brand and get, once people usually try, we won their hearts. We find a little spot in their fridge on the door, we forever. So yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Well, there you go. Make sure you guys follow them. Hit the website, grab some mustard. Like he said, they all got all kinds of stuff on there, and like I think there's like sampler kits and stuff you can do if you want to try different stuff. So yeah, definitely check them out. Mike, this was awesome, man. This was a lot of fun talking to you. This was like kind of like we call the show Talking Shop, because the whole point of this podcast was just kind of to be like buddies sitting in the garage, shooting the shit, and that's exactly what this felt like. So
yeah, great. Now you guys have been awesome.
You coming on, man. This is a blast. Yeah, stick with us after the show, and like I said, we'll put you on to a couple of our buddies that'll hopefully help push you guys to the moon, man. But
sounds good.
D'Lo, you know what time it is.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Episode 121 in the books, or 121. Or 221.
221. There we go.
Went back in time there, Bobby. Went back in time. 221 in the books. Thank you so much, Mike. The Mustard Mike, that is, as the USPS call. And we are back next week, right, Bobby?
That's right.
222. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow us at all of our social medias at TSP_2019. Be sure to hit that like button, thumbs up, subscribe. And as always, this is going to be on Monday, 6 a.m. drop, wherever you get your podcasts, and in short form, I usually cut this live up a little bit, so you can catch it on YouTube as well, and it should pop up there in the video section. So stay on the lookout for that if you missed the live. From myself, Mike, and Bobby, have a wonderful week, friends.
Thanks,
Stay
man.
safe and warm.
TSP, we like to welcome you. Every show we drop a gem on you to invest in you. We giving you the game, not no lame shit. These other podcasts talk about the same shit. We talk sports, world news, entertainment.